Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. This is pretty cool stuff. So, yesterday, we had a World War II Zombies update that had a kind of please wait screen, old style sort of TV standby screen type thing, and at pretty much the exact same time, Bethesda started streaming some kind of Fallout teaser. They did a 24-hour stream of essentially a standby screen. And no one knew what it was leading to, and they were kind of trolling as they went along. They had like sock puppets and everything. It was really weird stuff. But they've just released a trailer, and I'm going to watch it for the first time now, give you some impressions, and then talk about it. I mean, clearly there's something happening, so a new challenger is approaching, but... Oh, and real quick, I know this isn't sort of your standard video from me, but... please stick with it, okay? Just stick with it till the end, hear what I have to say right at the end, and then make your decision from there, okay? We're at the beginning, let's get it. Stand by, here we go. Bethesda Game Studios. My boys and girls. I can play this on guitar.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains,
Wait a sec.
Shenandoah River.
Are you serious?
Older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country road.
They actually used this song?
But when the fighting is stopped and the fallout is settled, you must rebuild.
I can't believe they used this song.
West Virginia, Mountain Mama,
Take me home, country road.
take me home, country road.
In Vault 76, our future begins.
I don't believe it. Lex has been singing that song for months. Like, relentlessly. He's been in a random zombies stream playing Call of Duty and just gone, take me home. I can't believe it, dude. I actually can't believe they use that. I'm gonna have to tweet Lex right now. I don't know if he's seen this yet. That is hilarious. To the place I belong. Wow, okay, so it seems like Vault 76 itself is listed in the Citadel as a control vault that had 500 occupants, okay? It was designed, according to the wiki, to open 20 years after a nuclear war and was among the 17 known control vaults, meaning that it was used as a baseline to compare to experimental vaults. It was also mentioned in one of the alien captive recorded logs, number 13, recorded by Giles Wollstonecroft, a Vault-Tec official who was abducted while inspecting the vault's construction site. It's mentioned in Fallout 4, it's mentioned in Fallout 3, it's mentioned in the add-on mothership Zeta, so it's been mentioned in the past, for sure. It's part of the United States. The interesting thing about this, though, the really interesting thing about all of this, is that this appears to take place before all the other Fallout games. So the other Fallout games' kind of timeline is as follows, okay? Fallout 1 takes place in 2161, Fallout 2 in 2241, Fallout 3 in 2277, and Fallout 4 in 2287. So around about 2300 would be the next kind of logical increment, something like that. But instead, we're going back to 2102, specifically October 27th, if we can rely on the date that is shown in the teaser itself. 6:34 AM being the time as well. So that is way earlier than Fallout 1. Like, Fallout 1, 2161, this is 60 years earlier, which is a pretty big deal, because in the Fallout timeline, Fallout's got a massive history as well. I mean, they're quite deep into the franchise now, as you'd expect. There's a massive timeline to go along with it. And a lot of the stuff that you see in the later Fallout games, such as the more recent ones, developed later than the game that we're about to play, Fallout 76. Like, by just looking at the tweets that Bethesda have put out and listening to the teaser as well, we can see that that's definitely the case, because the captions are things like, when the fighting has stopped and the fallout has settled, our future begins. Like, this is early days, and so you'd expect to see more kind of closer to normal civilization, I suppose, compared to something that we would see potentially in a Fallout 4, where things have really developed a lot since those bombs have already fallen. I guess another way to interpret this is that things will be even more kind of tribal and nascent than they are in the future games, because by 2280 or something, things have kind of had a chance to mature, but straight after those bombs fall, humanity's just going to be in shambles. So maybe this will be much more kind of, I don't want to say prehistoric, that's the wrong word, but early days in terms of humanity figuring out what the hell it's going to do. Now, alongside the kind of in-game history and canon and things like that, there's also some other things to note coming from Jason Schreier, who's a journalist who actually wrote a book that I've got lying around somewhere in this flat about video games. He's a writer for Kotaku, and he has said, I didn't say this is an MMO, I just know it's not strictly single player, okay? It's an online game of some sort, developed by Bethesda Game Studios in both Maryland and Austin, which formerly was known as Battlecry Studios. That Austin office, which started in 2012, was making a hero shooter called Battlecry before Bethesda cancelled it. And we're going to see more of this on June 10th. Now, he goes on also on Twitter to say, I think it's really important to reiterate that anyone who spends the next 2 weeks expecting Fallout 76 to be a traditional single-player RPG will be very disappointed. I'm seeing some skepticism on Reddit and Twitch about my reporting that it's an online game because they don't want to believe it, but again, if you spend weeks getting hyped for a single-player RPG, you'll be disappointed. Just looking out for you guys. So, it seems like this isn't just a standard Fallout game. It's something else, with some kind of multiplayer component that makes it not just a single-player RPG. And, I mean, it's 2018. Is it a battle royale? Could that actually happen? I mean, I'm doubtful, to be honest. I really don't think it's going to be a battle royale game, but if it's just weirdly injecting multiplayer components, like, bruh? Is that possible? I don't know. So, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Obviously, I mostly post Call of Duty Zombies on this channel, but one of the things that I really want to aim to do this year is inject a bit of life here and there into some of the other things that are going on in the gaming world. And I think that this is relevant because just like COD will be doing a reveal at E3, so will Bethesda, and they'll be butting heads together, and so it's part of a bigger conversation about gaming in general, really. I mean, this game, if it comes out sort of October this year, for instance, will be once again butting heads with Black Ops 4, and so getting a feel for what's doing what and what we can expect from all the different studios that are releasing games this year and next is only going to be useful in our continued kind of investigations into what Treyarch might be up to for Black Ops 4 and where they might be pulling inspo from as well, because all these devs talk to each other at the end of the day. You get trends across the entire industry, and so, for example, you had the kind of trend at one point of making horde modes in games. You've got the trend right now of putting battle royale modes in games. All the devs are talking to each other from all the studios most of the time, and so there is a chance that if there's some kind of zeitgeist happening, some kind of movement across the industry, we might see elements from Fallout in other games, such as a Call of Duty, such as a Battlefield, even though they're distinct genres of game. One is an RPG, one is a first-person shooter arena kind of like very contained couple of multiplayer matches and that's it. There's still always going to be crossover. So I think it's interesting. I think it's really interesting that they're going back in time for it as well. Well, sort of back in their time, but they're still in the future. And man, take me home, country roads, to the place I belong. I don't believe it. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, it's a little bit different from me, please drop a like. If you want to see more coverage like this on my channel of games other than just Call of Duty and things like that, please support this video. Share it with your friends, subscribe, all those sorts of things. Leave a comment saying that you enjoyed it as well, because that will encourage me to do more of it in the future. This is kind of a test run, okay? Hopefully you guys enjoyed though. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.